Wow. We on top of the $1 million spot, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, before we start off, let me take a moment of silence for all my people in St. John Parish and surrounding areas, Louisiana, Mississippi, everybody who's been affected by Ida, Saturday and Sunday. Moment of silence. All right. Well, so we here again. I'm sorry, man. Everybody had to go through what they went through, man. My heart is out. Goes out to St. John Parish. My prayers and thoughts. Everybody just keep your heads up, and everything gonna be all right. Might be a new beginning, and man, I mean that even it even messed me up. It like the last since Sunday, I just been down, man. I mean, family and friends and everything. I done been through a few, so I kind of know what y'all went through, but I never been through nothing like that. But everybody keep their heads up, keep praying, and keep doing work, keep up the cleaning, keep up everything you need to do, and just be strong. Everything gonna be okay. And I will be down there sometime. I'm gonna try and come out next week, help out and everything where I can, because I just can't sit up here. I just can't sit up and not do that. So prayers and thoughts in my heart go out to my St. John Parish in Louisiana, Mississippi. Everybody who's affected, stay strong. Prayers out to y'all. All right. Now the day on $1 million spot. Before we do that, I want everybody to like, even though nobody don't do this shit. But like, share, subscribe, and even donate to the page. All right. So today I'm talking about mental health in America. And we brought into this topic was a lady, I think it was in Metairie, or somewhere around New Orleans area. Um, it was this lady. She was driving erratically and stuff, and around a construction area, what have you. Said she was yelling out racial slurs and didn't want to stop when the police told her to stop, and the police wound up deleting her. I can't say the other word on it, but they're too sensitive. So they wind up deleting her. So, and I see the post, and I see people saying, "Oh, that's good for her. She got what she deserved." Blah blah blah. She racist, and nobody told her to be racist. Nothing make you do. She got what she deserved, and all this stuff. So I come in there, I'm like, that's a mental health. That's a mental health issue. That's abnormal. Anything just pretty much out of the ordinary that people just don't do. That's mental issues. I mean, I'm not saying she was racist or anything. I mean, she wasn't racist. I'm not saying that. But for her to do that and not stop when the police tell her stop, and I think she ran that either ran him over or tried to run him over, whatever it is, and that's what they shot her, I guess. So that's that's a mental illness, y'all. And they call it what it was. That was a mental illness. And I can't just say that's good for people because 1 out of 5 people they say in the U.S. 1 out of 4. I see one recent one on one said 1 out of 4, and the other one said 1 out of 5. I say it was out of I say it was 1 out of 3. That was my guess before I look it up. So I say this to say, mental health is broad. Yo, mental illness is wide. It's more than just what we think it is. I mean, it goes deep, yo. It's just not somebody acting crazy or doing some stuff that we normally see and we call Cray cray. See what I'm saying? So it goes deeper than that. I mean, you got schizophrenia, you got depression, suicidal, PTSD. You got all kind of stuff that goes under that umbrella of mental health, man. I mean, and mental health can come from any mental illness can come from anything. I was talking to some people up here about it, about the hurricane and stuff. For most of us, I mean, everybody from Louisiana who I grew up with and everything, we grew up in that, starting off young. So we kind of, you know, kind of used to it, so to say. But this hurricane here, this seemed like to me one of the, if not the worst, one of the worst that ever hit Louisiana. But I say if I take somebody at the age of like 30, 35 on up, who never been through a hurricane, and they would have went to Louisiana and would have got caught in a hurricane and couldn't leave, if they wouldn't have commit, if they wouldn't have delete them, if they wouldn't have delete themselves, they would have had some psychiatric. They would have to, they had to go see a doctor. They had to go see. They had to seek some professional counseling because I mean 6 hours of 100 and what some of it is 140 to 170 miles per hour wind, just beating. You can't do nothing. You can't go nowhere. You just got to sit there and take it. I mean, people who've been through that, I guarantee you, some people at home got got some kind of psychological stuff from Katrina, especially, and then this one, and that's what I think happened to. That's what I think happened to the lady, man. She probably already. I think racism is a sickness because you. They even say like compulsion, like obsession. Let me see, is intensified part of the activities. Well, I don't see it on here, but obsession, obsessive compulsion is a mental illness. It's a mental disorder. And if you just don't like somebody for whatever reason, for no reason or whatever reason that don't even, I mean, there's just no reason because the color of their skin or whatever it is, and you just hold on to that for no reason, for just no apparent reason. I mean, even if you got a reason, sometimes that's a mental disorder, yo. Anything out of the ordinary that causes you to be compulsive, but obsessive compulsion, that's a mental illness. So racism is a mental illness. So, like I said, even if even if she wasn't racist, all right, she still could have got some kind of mental disorder from the hurricane. So I think that was just a trigger, and she just said how she really feel, or how that disorder have her talking, because we don't know how she does, be, you know, with her family and friends, or what they talk about or what have you. But at that point, it came out what she really thought, in my opinion. And the reason why I could talk about this so much, because my major was biology, and I was into that. I would try to be a doctor. I asked all kind of questions, and our professor was real smart. He was real smart. He was so smart he could even spell simple words. He had to ask us how to spell simple words, and I understand it. This dude was real smart, Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw was smart as hell. Real cool guy. Clarksdale, Mississippi. Man, I used to go to his office sometime and just sit and running with him about just first I'd go in there with work, then we'll start talking about all kind of stuff. Cause I'm really interested in science, especially biology. So I took a lot of interest in it. Then I work in a hospital for a year and a half in physical therapy, and physical therapy don't just deal with like outpatient when when you're rehabbing like a surgery or broken leg or whatever, orthopedic. It just We just didn't do orthopedic, and physical therapy at Medical City. We did ortho, we did TC, transitional care, we did wound care, we did it was some other, it was like two other things, but it was more than just physical. Um, then I spent time with occupational therapists also, and I used to ask them questions. I used to talk to doctors and everything because I'd be really interested in that stuff. Dr. Hodgebo, he was one of the doctors I worked with, and I used to talk to him a lot. He wound up doing my surgery on my knee. I had a little minor surgery on my knee. He wound up doing it. He told me a lot of stuff also. So I just be sitting there asking questions. You know what I'm saying? And I read up on mental health because I was diagnosed with PTSD. And PTSD just don't come from a war. It just come from some kind of trauma you've been through, any kind of trauma that you've been through. And I didn't even know. I didn't even think. I was just talking to my therapist, and she diagnosed me with that from just the things I was telling her. Mental illness can come from like past, like way past childhood stuff. Mine didn't come from childhood, but it can come from childhood stuff, like past things. I mean, it can come from anything. It don't have to come. It just doesn't have to come from war or anything like that. It's just any kind of trauma. If a dog come behind you, the dog maul you when you was a child and they save you. You know, the dog maul you for about like a minute until somebody comes save you. That's that's grounds for PTSD. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you've been in a hurricane. That's PTSD because that's trauma. Uh, Great, take off a G. Assault. Any of those things can cause PTSD. Then, and it could be a mental. It can cause mental illness. I mean, also, like somebody else was saying, it was like even in the prisons, a lot of those people in prison have some kind of psychological disorder. You see what I'm saying? I probably say about over half the population got over half each prison probably close to half, a little over half of the prison population have some kind of mental disorder because a lot of them are not criminals. They're just a lot of them are sick. In this country, just throw people away and put them in jail instead of get them some psychological help. They just throw them away and throw them in jail. You know, everybody's not what they call a criminal. Some people are sick, man. Some people just have a mental disorder, and we just don't. And a lot of people just don't understand that. The first thing they say, "Oh, well, they knew they was doing." Like the lady, oh, she knew she was racist. She was just using that for excuse to come out with the racist. Why would she do that? If she wanted to do it, she could have been did it. You see what I'm saying? She could have did it some other time. You see what I'm saying? It could have been like that some other time, not right after the hurricane. But I even said that before. Like I said that before. Hurricanes can cause mental disorders, PTSD for one. Then later on, depression. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people like right now, people gonna go through depression because people lost homes and and valuables and you know what I'm saying. I mean, I understand as that just people might say, well, at least you're still living, and I understand that, but still, this is gonna affect a lot of people. A lot of people have to start all over. They're gonna have some kind of mental disorder. And just because you're not running around here just you know what I'm saying, just that don't mean you don't have a mental disorder. After breakups, people go through depression. That's a mental disorder. You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of people with mental disorder after the breakup of a relationship. There's a lot of people with that. We just don't go. We don't think it's a mental disorder. We just think it's oh you'll get over it. You'll get over it. Just like I said in my other video, you moving on. Just because you say you moved on from a relationship, that don't mean you really moved on. You just took that baggage with you and move it to another location. That's all that is. Like I said, if you don't go to mental health, if you don't go to some kind of counseling or some kind of therapy for at least a year straight, and you're doing everything they say do, I mean everything they say do from to the T for at least a whole year without missing an appointment, you're not healed. Some people think they're healed, but they take they take it out in other ways and they don't even know it. I say, like, for instance, I mean, it could be, the biggest thing I see in women when they go through a breakup, they start posting a lot of stuff about men on Facebook, about men, about relationships, and all this stuff here. That's a disorder. I don't know what it is, but that you had to go see a specialist for that. But it's a disorder. If you obsessively let something bother you, that's a disorder. So yeah, I got a disorder. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed to say it. And when men after a breakup, they start going smashing a lot of different women. After they get out of After they go through a divorce, they start smashing. That's a disorder because you're obsessive behind it. On the women's side, it's obsessive. And it's a disorder because you're obsessive behind just talking about men and relationships and stuff. Anything you do that's obsessive, that you constantly doing, that's a disorder. That's a mental illness. You got to call it for what it is. If a person, what they call a kleptomaniac, that's a that's a disorder. If anybody doing something, just keep on doing, keep on doing, can't stop, whatever, can't control themselves, that's a disorder. That lady couldn't control herself. No normal no normal person would do anything like that. That's not normal. That's a disorder. Um, the guy who, the guy from Minnesota with the knee neck, he had a disorder. Being on drugs is a disorder. It's a mental disorder. It may have come from something else. You start drinking and taking drugs, that's a disorder. That's a mental illness. So almost everybody got some kind of mental illness. Somebody, 1 out of 5 people. This 1 out of 4 on one research, and 1 out of 5 on another research. And I get mine from the NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Health. And that's where I got my research from. I look at another one, I forgot the name of it, but I kind of compare those two, and they were pretty much the same, y'all. So mental disorder, just because you know people say, well, she got what she deserved and all this stuff. Yeah. No, she didn't. The woman was sick. She was sick. I'm not saying they should have took her out, but if she was in a car trying to run somebody over, they had to do what they had to do. Now, if she was on foot trying to do something, that was wrong. If she was in a car, people's lives was in danger. And a normal person wouldn't do that. That's a disorder. People just don't do stuff like that out the blue. One guy said, "Well, I'm mentally I'm mentally ill. I'm a lot of mentally ill, but I'm not a racist. I don't yell out race. Dude, what the hell I gotta do with the T and child?" People just say anything just to I don't know. That's why I don't like opinions, man. 'Cause it give it gives silly people just the flow to say some silly and dumb ignorant stuff. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else said, "Well, the hurricane didn't make me blurt out racial stuff." Well, good for you. Whoop the dude. You want a cookie? You know what I'm saying, man? People just, bro. A lot of people just don't have heart. Sometimes they the one got the mental order, the mental disorder. You just don't care and just say anything but it for anybody in a sad time like that. That's a problem, man. That's a problem. That's a mental disorder. I can't name it. I can't say I'm not a doctor, but I know mental disorders when I see them, and that was one. Like this one lady, I think it was overseas. She was just in a liquor store, just breaking bottles. I mean, just breaking. I mean, just pushing liquor on the floor off the shelf, just pushing it on the floor and just breaking it, just walking through that, and just pushing the alcohol on the ground. I mean, yeah, alcohol all over the floor. I mean, she's just constantly going. That's a mental disorder, man. Normal people don't do stuff like that. And that will make me, that's another thing I don't like about America. They would rather throw people away than to get people help. They'd rather delete people than to get them help. And I don't care, and y'all come with that racist stuff all you want. No, it's not a race thing. It's just a power thing. It's a power thing. And it is what it is. It's a power thing. And I'm not saying I'm not saying there's no absolute and zero racism in it, but for the most part, it's a power thing. People in America want power. Like I said, the government don't run this country. The 1% run this country. Your big companies run this country. You think they don't pay them? You think they don't pay them people to push certain bills through or not push certain bills through? We're not in there to see that. They gotta have everybody at the top that did something illegal to get to the top, and when they're at the top, they're doing stuff illegal. And if y'all think otherwise, man, y'all delusional. People don't care about us. That's why I said That's why I said last night. If we stop, this country done. We the people. But y'all, mental illness is real. I hope everybody who been through Ida go somewhere and seek some help, seek some mental help, just to kind of just to kind of ease your mind. Because right now, once you get through and everything, once everybody gets to a certain place, a certain spot where they can go get some therapy, just get it. Even if you think you don't need it, just get it, because you never know. Later on, it might affect you, and it might be affecting you now. You don't even know it, because a lot of us do have disorders and don't know it, don't even know we sick. You know. So I mean, yo, this is serious, and that's all I gotta say, y'all. From the top of the $1 million spot, I didn't want to keep this too long. I thought people was gonna come in and discuss it, but I guess nobody want to discuss it. So, but it's up here for everybody to see. So, like, share, and subscribe. Even donate to the top of the $1 million spot, and I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.